This video is brought to you by QuizTones, my all-time favorite app for learning frequencies.
What up, friend? Last week I announced that I launched my Mix Master preset pack, and I showed you how to use that pack for vocals and for vocal effects. This week I wanted to show you what's possible with this preset pack, and we're going to talk specifically about software instruments as well as effects. So I am currently in my van right now. It's a beautiful day outside, and I got inspired this morning to kind of play around and write some music. That being said, I don't consider myself a songwriter or even a musician, so be gentle with your comments on the song. I just created a simple, you could almost call it like a loop with a few things here, and currently, right now, I just have the normal GarageBand stock instruments. I've got some drums, bass, a piano, and then I recorded my acoustic guitar and just some vocal stuff, and this says shaker, but it's really a guitar shaker, and then some nature sounds with my iPhone. I kind of wanted to get sort of a package of what your sessions might look like when you're composing songs, and I want to show you how cool these presets can be, especially for the instruments, to make your songs come to life and to breathe, and really show you why this preset pack is so powerful and honestly so much fun. So I'm just going to push play here at the beginning of the song, and again, I just picked the stock presets, so none of my pack. This is just raw GarageBand. Let's listen. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the drums, and we're just going to build this from the top down and try and make this sound a whole lot better, a whole lot more inspiring. All right, so we're going to click these drums, and the cool thing about the preset pack is that the drums match all of the stock drums. The notes that you play will actually match the presets that I made in the preset pack. So it's really nice to be able to just pull up something, get a rhythm going, and then start going through presets to find what you got. So let's go to my Mix Master preset pack, and then we're gonna go to digital drums. And as you can see, there's a ton of drums, and we're just going to go through a few of these and see what we like. Let's see what the 808 dark room sounds like. That's already a huge difference. I'm going to undo. It's such a big difference. These drums are some of my favorites. I spent so much time on the digital drums trying to make them sound big and full and could be used for tons of different genres of music. All right, let's go with acoustic super vibe. Pretty sweet. Let's check out boom ba dop. Okay, and then let's go with, I think I was at this 808 dark room. All right, let's go with that one. So already there's some vibe here. Now let's do the bass. So we're gonna go to fingerstyle bass. Let's go back to user patches, the preset pack, and then we'll go to, I think I was under synth bass. Let's check out some of these. That's pretty sweet. Run the line. All right, let's go. I think I was on master bass. Sweet. And so I just want to show you how these presets kind of work. So we've got this master bass, which has the adjusted, almost like sound design, like of the sound. And then I went ahead and sort of pre-mixed it. So we got some compression, we got some EQ that's cleaning up this sound. Then we have some extra saturation that I added on there. And when you download this preset pack, you get a PDF of all of these free plugins. These plugins are all free, and they're my favorite free plugins I've found. So when you download the pack, you get the PDF, and it comes with it. It's pretty awesome. All right, so we got our drum and bass sound. Now let's check out our piano. So I just had the Steinway grand piano. So we're gonna go to our user patches, the preset pack, and then we've got piano. And let's see what we got here. We got vinyl piano. Pretty sweet. Only piano you'll need. Pretty awesome. I think I had angels visiting. Huge difference. We're just miles away. And we're gonna go ahead and match our lead line here to the same thing. So we'll go back to our preset pack, the mix master pack, go to pianos, go to angels visiting. Okay, so already we have a massively different sound. We actually have something it's interesting. It's already kind of starting to sound a little bit mixed here. We got some really cool effects on the piano. Let's check out the guitar. So I just recorded this guitar. I honestly just grabbed the guitar, grabbed my Shure mic, and I didn't even set the preamp. I just kind of heard it and then just started playing it. So let's listen to this a little bit. All right, sweet. So one thing I want to show you, this is just a little trick. This is a mono guitar, and it just repeats itself. So we have 4 bars and then 4 bars. So I'm going to turn this into a stereo guitar, and this is a trick I use a lot when I'm mixing professional projects inside of Pro Tools. And what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate this guitar. So we'll call this one right, and we'll call this one left. And so what a lot of people like to do is they'll duplicate the track, they'll drag this down, and then they'll pan this one left, they'll pan this one right. And if you listen, what this actually does is nothing. The guitar is down the center. Listen. It's nothing. You really didn't do anything. It's literally the exact same thing that's happening. Another thing I see people do is they'll like kind of grab one side and shift it over, and it'll make it kind of stereo sounding. Which if you're going for that type of sound, that does work, but I'm going to show you a much cooler way of doing this. So if you have your guitars kind of separated out by their bars, so these 2 guitars right here, these 2 clips, are actually just one take. So it's one full take of me playing. So I just cut them up so that I just kind of had them in order, and then that way I can take this one, and we're going to hold down Option, and I'm going to drag it here, and then I'm going to take the first take, and I'm going to drag it here. So since this is repeating, now it's almost as if I played 2 different guitar parts over that line. So now let's listen to what this sounds like. Which is pretty awesome. Super cool. So now we can just copy this over, and we actually have a true stereo guitar that works for the whole song. All right, so we're not done yet. Now we're going to go to our audio presets, and we're going to pick a preset for this acoustic guitar. I have a bunch of these different acoustic guitars. This tight acoustic is really nice. We're just going to listen to the left side real quick. I'll mono it. Okay. Now we've got some EQ that's cleaning it up. We have some nice compression that's happening, and then we have some extra sparkly EQ. Awesome. That sounds much better. It already sounds kind of mixed. One thing that I try to do with these presets is allow you to do an easy adjustment at the very end. So for this song, I don't want quite as much low end in the guitar. So I have just a low end and a high end adjustment. And I'm just going to bring the low end down a little bit. We don't really need a ton of low end in this, so let's just, okay. So I'm at about -4, so we're gonna do the same thing to this guitar. I'm gonna bring up the tight acoustic. Then we'll bring this down to about -4, and let's listen to our guitars together. All right, sweet. So we're getting somewhere. It's actually kind of starting to sound like a song, right? Again, I'm not a songwriter. No harsh judgments. I'm a mix engineer trying to make a song. Okay, so next I have this really funny. It's just called "Yeah." Let's listen to it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So what I actually did is if we turn off these plugins. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I learned this, I can't remember, it might have been Glass Animals during all the COVID stuff. He was doing a video and he learned it from, I can't remember, but there's a technique where you just do different yeahs kind of on the beat that you want and then sort of buried in the mix, and it just makes it feel kind of interesting. So then I selected a preset. So I have, these are all the vocal effects presets that come in the Mix Master preset pack. And I've got this bathroom sync verb. So I have this on it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Kind of sounds like I'm in a bathroom, right? So we're going to do that same thing because since this is a mono channel, I want a right side channel. So we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to do the same thing where I dragged this here and this here. So now we have a true stereo, right? Let's listen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right? And then I'm going to copy this over so that we have it the rest of the song. Awesome. And then what we would do now is we would balance it into the mix. So this is something that's not super noticeable. This is supposed to be a very, very like background sound. All right, let's see what we got. All right, sweet. We're getting somewhere. Now we've got the shaker. So let's move this. So I call this a shaker, but really what this is, I didn't want to make a software instrument shaker sound, so I just used the strings on the guitar and just made kind of like a strumming pattern, but with no notes. So we'll listen to this. I don't know if you can hear it. Right? And all I did is I took out almost all the low end on this, so I didn't use a preset here. I just wanted to create almost like just a high frequency shaker-ish type of a sound. If we turn this off, right? So I don't need all that low end. I just need a little, like, we're just doing like subtle things here, right? Just kind of subtle things. So we're gonna do the same thing where we're gonna duplicate this, and I'm just gonna copy, I'm gonna hold down Option and make another shaker so that we actually have kind of a stereo sound going here. Perfect. And then it looks like, oh, I don't know which one this is, but we'll just stick this one over here there for now. So let's listen to this section just to see where we should put the shaker. Next, we have the nature sounds. So let's just listen to this. I literally went outside of the van and took my dogs for a walk and just pulled out my iPhone, wherever my iPhone is, pulled it out and just kind of recorded probably 3 minutes. And I just found different sections of that and made a stereo file just of some lo-fi kind of nature sounds. And then just put some EQ, just took the lows out, took a lot of the highs out. You can hear my dogs walking around. If I turn this off, there's a lot of bugs, there's a little bit more birds and stuff, but I just wanted a droney wind kind of a sound. So let's mix this in. Okay, awesome. So we have a decent spot where this is all sitting here, right? So now what I want to do, the last thing I want to do real quick is I want to show you some of the power of the reverb effects that are in this pack. So what we're going to do is we are going to solo this nature sounds. Let's actually turn this loop off for a second. We're going to solo the nature sounds and we're going to share export song to disk, and then we're going to put this in the downloads and we're going to call this nature verb. Make sure this is wave 24-bit. We're going to export this, and I'm mostly doing this out of habit, but I'm also doing this, I'll show you why, mainly because my presets, the way they work is I want my effects to be on their own fader. I like to have the control to easily turn it up and down without messing with my raw sound, right? And if you can see, as an example, let's just make this one look just like the other one. So we'll just pretend that I duplicated it. And now we're going to go to my user patches, preset pack. We're actually going to go to vocal effects. We're going to find something. Here's an angel choir verb. Maybe this is what we want. Yeah, we'll just try this. So if I double click this, oh, we lost our EQ, right? I mean, we technically have the EQ for the reverb, but we lost what we had. That's why we don't duplicate. We want to save the sound we have, and then we add these presets. So let's see what this sounds like. Let's put this back about here. That's kind of cool, but let's try Digital Dream. That's pretty cool. Long spring verb. Ooh. Endless ghost hall verb. That's probably what we want. Okay, let's mix this in. Kind of cool. Okay, so that sounds good. Now let's do our guitar. We want a nice tight guitar verb. So we're going to solo the guitar. We're going to go to Share, Export Song to Disk, and we're going to call this Guitar Verb. Export. And we really want to export this because we have a left-right. So we want to make sure that we capture that exact sound. So I'm going to grab my guitar verb. I'm going to throw it over here, put it under the guitars, solo the guitar. Now let's go to our user patches, preset pack. We'll go to instrument verb, and we've got all these really cool instrument verbs. And we're just going to go with acoustic guitar verb. Let's just see how this sounds. I'm going to turn the guitar off just so I can hear the reverb for a second. That's really cool. Let's try. No, okay, that's going to be perfect. So acoustic guitar verb, let's level it out and balance it with our dry guitar. That sounds pretty sweet. Let's hear it with the drums here. So you can see how really fun this can be. I mean, we're just scratching the surface of what these presets are and what's possible with these presets. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. It's so much fun to... I don't even write music really ever. This is probably the first time in years that I've like sat down and put together a song, but it was so much fun just going through presets and playing with the piano and playing with the guitar and just having a new palette of things that you can add to your projects. It's super, super fun. It makes me inspired to actually want to do music more, to write music more instead of just mix all the time. So we're gonna do a quick before and after. This is the just raw GarageBand sounds, no mixing, no anything. Here we go. Okay, enough of that, and then this is where we got to. Pretty sweet. It's pretty fun. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for listening to my song I made. If you're interested in the Mixmaster preset pack, go check it out. There's over 288 presets that come with this preset pack for mixing, for instruments and sounds and effects, and also mastering presets. That's the only thing I haven't gone over yet. In the next video, we're going to talk about that. In addition to the presets, it also comes with 6 training videos that walk you through how to use these. First, how to put them on your computer, and then how to use them on vocals, how to use them on instruments, how to use them on vocal effects, instrument effects, and then the drums, is the bass, the keys, the synthesizers, all that stuff. And then it ends with a tutorial on mastering and how to use the mastering presets to get your song sounding big and loud and full and sounding good on all those streaming platforms. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and I will see you next week. Peace.